Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet.
Y'all, Brittany Renner done got her heart handed back to her in a halal wrap with no sauce, no sides, and no ring. Word on the curb is after months, maybe years of dreaming about being Kevin Gates' spiritual soulmate, sis allegedly found out she ain't even the main character in this story. Nah, she the side chick. And we ain't even talking just side chick to his wife, which was glaringly obvious. Kevin got a whole roster of women. And what makes it worse, she wasn't just flirting with the man, she was allegedly finna marry him. Converting religion, studying Arabic, prepping for a whole nikah like this was her redemption arc. And the plot twist, man still posting Drecka like she was his forever. Some other chick named Persian P been claiming him, and Kevin himself been moving like a man with a harem and a vision board. Now Brittany somewhere curled up crying over Quran verses she barely just learned. You can't make this up. Let's rewind the footage for the folks in the back.
Ask because I feel like we're all kind of curious. So like, are you single or what's up?
Am I single and ready to mingle?
Single and mingling.
I'm not looking for nobody. I'm not looking for nobody.
Brittany and Kevin first started popping up around each other back in 2018 to 2019. Y'all remember that little stretch when she was outside every week, glowing and giggling on IG, and Kevin Gates was talking about drinking bathwater and aligning chakras? The energy between them was real. They were both in their rebranded but still toxic era. Kevin talking all deep and mystic, Brittany leaning into her feminine energy. Child, they were low-key perfect for each other. I say perfect because the gag should have been player meets player, but somewhere, somehow, things shifted. Slowly, quietly. Till next thing you know, Brittany go from finessing ball players to posting prayer hands and covering her hair. Not even a soft launch. She jumped straight into spiritual alignment like she was trying to be Mrs. Gates of Medina. So boom, 5 months ago, Brittany Renner steps out looking like she just left Friday prayer with the aunties, and the internet noticed. Sis had the hijab, the modesty talk, the whole transformation. And while she said it was personal, child, we would have believed you if you wasn't loving up on Mr. Gates. Now don't get me wrong, folks find faith in their own time, their own way, and if Brittany genuinely had a spiritual awakening, good for her. But the math wasn't mathing for everybody, because it just so happened that her rebirth came right after she allegedly started linking up with Kevin again. And this ain't Kevin the rapper. This Kevin the Sufi sex sage, the one talking about energy exchange, soul contracts, and astral projection, but still out here dipping in every woman's vibe like it's buffet hour. So while Brittany was busy studying Surah al-Baqarah, Kevin was allegedly still eating off multiple plates. His wife Drecka's, Brittany's, Persian P, and whoever else was spiritually available.
Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you. Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet.
Now this is where it really started sounding like a Hulu documentary in the making. Word on these digital streets is Brittany wasn't just talking Islam, she was walking Islam straight down the aisle. Allegedly, sis been telling folks she was prepping for a full Muslim wedding with Kevin, like for real, nikah ready. She was out here browsing modest gowns, asking what colors was culturally appropriate, and looking up bridal mehndi designs like she was finna be somebody's shika. But hold up, let's rewind, cause Kevin Gates still legally married to Drecka. Yes, that Drecka. The same one he been posted up talking about my rib and my piece, and yet Brittany allegedly moving like the first wife had already exited stage left. Child, the delusion wasn't just loud, it was dressed in white. But it get crazy, cause even if Kevin was a serious practitioner of the faith, Brittany should have known he's allowed more than one wife. But personally, I don't think nobody take that man serious. Nobody but Brittany, of course.
Out with the old, in with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is gonna look.
See, Kevin ain't new to this confusion. He been causing chaos since the minute he got in the booth and decided to rap about enlightenment and booty eating in the same breath. He's what we call a spiritual menace. Deep 1 minute, doing the absolute most the next. And don't forget, this ain't his first entanglement and mess. Him and Drecka been together forever, but also rumored to be doing their own thing. allegedly cheating, separated, reunited, and keeping the marriage alive through vibes and legal paperwork. So when Brittany entered the chat, folks was like, oh, okay, just another chapter in Kevin's open book, open marriage, open trifling theology. But Brittany, she ain't walking in like a casual link. Sis was packing baggage, bridal hopes, and blessings from the ancestors, and that's where the wires got crossed. Because that's how you go from them looking like a couple who just got back from a retreat in Mecca and a hood day party in Baton Rouge. Kevin turning right back round and posting up Drecka, again calling her his foundation, his queen, and his spiritual compass. Huh? So what Brittany's supposed to be? The tour guide? The compass holder? Allegedly, it was around this time someone close to Kevin finally let Brittany know what time it really was. That she should stop chasing this man, and baby, when that truth dropped, Brittany went quiet, like real quiet. That type of quiet where you replay every single thing in your head and realize you might have gave wife energy to a man who already got a family plan. So now Brittany's sitting somewhere with her Quran in one hand and her heart in the other, trying to make it make sense. Allegedly, cause y'all know we ain't trying to catch no defamation cases. Sis had a full-on emotional spiral once she realized she was just one of many in Kevin's spiritual circus. Word is, she was in tears, like real breakdown. The can't eat, can't sleep, why did I delete my old self for this man type of breakdown. And see, it wasn't just heartbreak, it was humiliation. Because this wasn't just girl meets boy, boy plays girl. No, Brittany bet the house on this. She changed her life publicly, spiritually. She told the world she had found peace, only to realize she was praying behind a man who didn't even save her a spot on his mat. Worse, now she gotta face the same internet that called her wild, saying, see, I told you. And baby, that's the real tragedy here. Brittany used to be the blueprint. Y'all remember, sports stars, rappers, influencers, sis knew how to move, how to market, how to play the game. She wrote the finesse manual, bound it in lace, and read it aloud on podcasts. I'm not a victim, she said. I'm a businesswoman with a beautiful face.
There's a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men in a day?
Yes.
And then I ended up getting a yeast infection.
Yes.
I came out pretty unscathed for just a yeast infection.
Right.
Considering what I could have gotten.
Right.
But now the finesse queen fumbled herself for love, for potential, for a man who respectfully got 1 foot in the studio, 1 foot in the mosque, and 1 foot in somebody else's DM. Don't ask how, Kevin be everywhere. Sis let go of her power to prove she could be soft, sweet, submitted, and now look, sipping honey and vinegar with a side of regret. But here's where it gets tricky. Did Brittany really find Islam, or did she just find Kevin Gates' version of it? You know, the one where you meditate and sage smoke, pray 5 times a day, and still take thirst traps by the pool? Cause the thing is, faith is real, transformations are real, but so are performances. And when women start shape-shifting for men, it's hard to tell where the belief ends and the fantasy begins. And we gotta say it, this ain't all on Kevin. Brittany a grown woman, and when you grown, you gotta do the math before you convert your whole lifestyle for a man who can't even publicly claim you. You knew he was married, you saw the Instagram, you heard the lyrics, so now we left wondering, did Brittany get played or did she play herself? But what do y'all think? Did Brittany really fall in love, or was this just another spiritual cosplay to bag a messy man? Can a woman truly find herself while she's still trying to be someone else's dream girl? And when the finesse queen gets finessed, who's to blame? The player or the game she thought she mastered? Drop your thoughts in comments.